So this video is going to be about me making my own anvil. Again, this anvil was actually made with scrap. Um, a lot of, pretty much everything I could find around the shop that I used to work for. Um, the reason I made my own anvil, obviously, was because I didn't have the money to buy me an anvil. By the way, I am gonna be talking a lot on this video. Hope I don't bore you guys, and if you guys are gonna get bored, then just an update of the stuff that I'm doing for my shop, so you guys can know what's going on. If you guys don't see as many weapons as you think, it's because I'm still working on some equipment. All right, so going back to the ambo. So, like I said, so I made this ambo. The reason I made it is because I didn't have enough money to buy me a real one, an original one, and that's what I did. Well, the first thing that I did was I found a bunch of scrap, like I mentioned in one of the jobs that I used to, a job that I used to have in a company, and what it really actually was just a bunch of plate and scrap pieces that I was able to put together in order to make it heavy. Right there is probably around, I would say 150, 160 pounds, maybe like 200 pounds. Yeah, you have to say. The total weight of the piece, I really don't know it. Like I said, but I was able to make it really heavy. I did put a about 1.25 inch thick plate on top, which you guys see that I'm welding something on top of it. What it is, it's actually hard surfacing rod. What is hard surfacing rod? Well, hard surfacing rod is a metal that you use to improve or increase the hardness of a surface. Like I mentioned, it's actually the filler rod is actually kind of expensive, and just doing it also is kind of expensive on top. So it really gave it a harness on top of the 1.25 inch plate that I did, that I put, that it actually made it a little bit more appropriate to than just a piece of scrap metal. And like I said, what I just did, I coated the entire top of this item with hard surfacing rod. Now, hard surfacing rod is used, for those people that don't know what it is used on repairs, to maybe repairing gears or things that need to be hard, or you can add by welding, so you can resist or endure what do you say, just a normal heavy use of the item. So like I said, luckily I had the time, and I don't know if this one is a 350 amp torch. You know what, I think it is. Yeah, it is a giant 350 amp torch. I wish I would have put it more close to the screen, but it can take higher levels of heat, and it can actually penetrate more deep into the metal, for me to actually give it a more thick surface, if you want to call it that way, in some way. But like I said, I actually did all this in every part of the top, not the sides, since we don't need it at this point. We don't need it yet, unless you're gonna use an anvil sideways, which I don't know anybody did. But after that, I was actually able to add some items on the side, but this was pretty much all adding of hard surfacing rod to make the top harder, so I can work on it and without having to spend all that money and buying a new one. I wish I could one day buy me a new one, but for now, I'm gonna have to come up with solutions like this so I can, keep moving in the right direction. It's been tough, guys. Let me tell you. I have spent all the money that I have had available for the last years. Spare money. And of course, I gotta have a life and take care of my bills. But the stuff that I made extra, the little money that I make here and there, and all that stuff, it's been reinvested into my tools. The goal is to, like I said, finish my shop. But who knows how many years that's gonna take me. Brian reminds me of a story of my grandfather. Actually, my grandfather was a blacksmith that he was from Mexico, obviously, and then work here and then come back to Mexico and finish his blacksmith career over there. But going back to the anvil, you can see the passes that I've been doing and a little more description. I put those angles to lock it. Left all that. Pretty much the center, it's all thick plate that I welded, beveled it, and welded together. It's not just a bunch of junk and stuff. That corner, I actually filled it. And also another reason I did this is so I can practice my stick welding. Actually, the whole sides, it's all stick welding. And I'm actually cleaning them up with the TIG torch at 350 amps. So that was then. This is after that. Basically, I added those pieces thinking of future projects, but you guys can see some leftover traces of the TIG, and everything is being coated and grind off. Just a little pictures of the past video, and there it is. There it is. Now now after some time. Now it's actually sitting in the back of my house, in my backyard. And I'm working. You can see a little trace of the rod that I use, but the whole top, like I said, maybe some traces too of the TIG welding, but I'm not worried because the type of work that I'm doing, it doesn't require it right now to be a perfect flush tub. I actually ended up cleaning the sides with the big TIG torch, and now it's there, painted. Here's, like I say, a little mini tour on my forge. Little practice I've been doing. I've been straightening out some coil springs. And there it is. Thanks for watching. It was fun. And it's about 300 pounds. And stay tuned for what's next.